5 bad habits beginner pianists should avoid coming up. Hello and welcome back. My name is Rod Vester, and today we are talking about 5 bad habits beginner pianists should avoid. Number 1, overuse of the sustain pedal. Did you hear how all that was like this wash of sound and there was really no clarity in the chords, in the progression as well? That's because of the sustain pedal and just honing it down. But I see a lot of beginner pianists do this. So what this can also do is hinder your ability to play with connection, with connectivity, okay? So I'll give you an example. I will not use the sustain pedal now, and I'll play a chord progression, and I'm going to try to make it as smooth and as connected as possible. Overusing the sustain pedal can limit your ability to learn how to play with connectivity, right? With smoothness. So don't overuse the sustain pedal. The sustain pedal is a great tool for the piano, but you don't want to overuse it, okay? So don't overuse the sustain pedal. Repeat after me. I will not overuse the sustain pedal. All right, tip number 2, learning from the latest YouTuber. That's tip number 2. Now, don't get me wrong. YouTube is a wonderful, incredible resource for us as musicians. But if you are a beginner pianist, you may not know what to look for when you're watching different pianists on YouTube, okay? So you may be watching someone with poor fingering, poor technique, and you may not know it as a beginner. So what you can do, especially if you don't have a pianist who can recommend a YouTube channel for you to watch, you can watch a bunch of different channels and to see like what consistency and what most people are saying about a certain thing, right? So if you watch a channel and people are talking about scales, for instance, if you watch 10 channels and 9 of those channels are saying to use these particular fingering for a scale, and this one channel, they're not talking about that, then you may not want to watch that one channel, all right? So find the general consensus on YouTube of like what people are saying about correct form, correct technique, and all of that, okay? Especially, again, if you don't know someone who can recommend a channel for you to watch. But be very careful just following kind of the latest person or the latest thing to learn piano from, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, bad habit number 3 that I typically see with beginner pianists is playing all chords in root position. So here's an example. C root position, F root position, G root position, A root position. So with all of these chords, there are different inversions, and you should learn the different inversions for all the chords, okay? So here is C inverted. Here's F inverted, G inverted, A inverted. So use different inversions. Don't get stuck in just the root position. All right, so that was bad habit number 3. Moving on to number 4. Bad habit number 4, wanting to play fast right away. So I know there's something with pianists, and myself included, that we don't really like to practice slow. When we learn a piece of music, you know, if it's fast, we want to just play it fast. If it's not fast, sometimes we want to play it fast. But you don't want to just jump in and begin to play things fast, especially if you're just learning it for the first time. You want to take it slow. You want to take your hands apart. You want to just make sure you really, really understand the music and have a good, deep understanding of what you're playing. And sometimes when you just go in and just want to play fast, sometimes you miss some of the details in the music, right? And so don't be afraid to take things slow. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. And bad habit number 5 is not practicing consistently. So I know we are all really busy people, but if you can find a way to practice consistently, find something that's going to work for you. You may not can practice for an hour in one sitting like other people, but can you practice maybe 15 minutes 4 times a day, which equals what? An hour, right? So don't think you have to sit at one time and practice an hour. Maybe you can practice twice for 15 minutes. That's 30 minutes a day. But whatever you can do consistently, work on doing that consistently. Again, don't look at what other people are doing and try to adopt that, because it may not work for you. But find something that you can do consistently. Consistently is the key. You want to practice consistently. All right? You can do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.